Alrighty, Darren Harrigan here on behalf of the NCAA following Game 7 of the 2023 NCAA Baseball Championships here in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. We're joined by UW Lacrosse. From left to right, it's Jordan Williams, head coach Chris Schwartz, and Ty Hamilton. Coach, just give us an opening statement on the game and sort of how you saw things play out there in what was a tough matchup against Salisbury.
Yeah, tough matchup. We feel like we've faced some pretty good competition all year long. Obviously in our conference and outside of conference, and I don't know. I know I'm not going out on a limb and saying that they're one of the best teams we played all year, but I think that might be the best team we played all year. They are a very good baseball club. They play the game the right way, and we battled our butts off and then come out on top. I think we pitched pretty well. We played D today. And had some good at bats, and it just didn't come. Didn't bounce our way. I think Mac hit a ball 403 feet, and it didn't go our way. So it wasn't our day. That's a really good ball club, and congrats to Salisbury.
Yeah, and we don't always like to dwell on the game here with this, but can Jordan just speak a little bit to what you guys were seeing from their starter, Jackson Balls, on the lefty, and just what he was doing effectively? Both you and Ty could talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty good arm. Mixed it up pretty good and kept us off balance. We banged a few balls off him, but just couldn't get any timely hits.
And for you, Ty, anything you saw differently?
Yeah, I think he was pretty good. He kept the ball down and didn't miss many spots, and if he did, he was missing down and moved the ball in and out, threw a good breaking ball, and just kind of kept us off balance all day.
Questions for you guys?
Yeah, the version of that question I wanted to ask was, is there somebody in the WIAC or somebody else you've seen you compare him to?
I don't know, Waco from Oshkosh was pretty tough, but he was a righty, kind of a little different style of pitching, and obviously the guy we faced last night was pretty tough as well, so I think those three guys probably the toughest we've seen.
Jordan or Ty, the coach was talking about a couple days ago how he might have been thinking this might be a rebuilding year because he doesn't have a big senior class, but he said that no, the players wanted to sit and take a step forward. Sort of talk about the season and taking that step forward.
Yeah, I mean, from day one, we knew that this is a special group, a lot of talent on this team, and worked hard every day, and I mean, it showed. It showed with our season, and can be prouder of this group.
Yeah, it's just something special to be a part of, and I don't think many people outside of ourselves thought we'd be sitting here talking to you guys right now at the end of the year, and they did a great job recruiting and bringing in guys from the transfer portal like Isaiah and Owen that carried us for a lot of the year on the mound, and then two freshmen, Schmitty and Owen Depre, did a great job, and it's just a special group of players, and hopefully they'll be right back here next year. A little different result, but.
Coach, talk a little bit about this group. Obviously, getting here in extremely impressive and what you would agree was unlikely fashion in the way you were able to advance and all of that, coming back from the huge deficit and all that. Just talk about this group and the resiliency and how they've been able to kind of push forward.
That's absolutely about this group. These guys are right, and there's a lot of talent and young talent on this team, but we'll figure that out later. This group right now, made a big getting into the postseason and then doing damage and then getting to the World Series is because of these guys. We don't have a big senior class, but it's a senior-led team, and these guys right here are the ones that made the decision that we were going to do it, and we were not just going to oh yay, we made the playoffs. We were going to do some damage, and we did not come here to go 0-2. That's what happened. We can't change it, so be it. But the mark that these guys have left on this program, is I can't think of a different ball club and a different couple guys that have pushed us in the right direction.
Ty, can you talk a little bit about where the program was when you came in, where it is now, and also kind of allude to what Coach was talking about with all the young talent and maybe some excitement about, obviously, maybe you not being around, but seeing what is to come for UW Lacrosse?
Yeah, I mean, when I got here, I think they were coming off a playoff appearance in 17, and then 18 we were pretty old. I think we had 7 or 8 seniors, and it was pretty disappointing not to make it to the playoffs that year. And then the next year was COVID, and then the next 2 were kind of tough years for us, and we felt that like getting to the playoffs was just to break through that barrier to get into the playoffs was something we needed to do, and something that Jordan and I definitely wanted to do before we left here. And like Coach said, we weren't just satisfied getting there. We wanted to get here, and we wanted to win games here. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for us, but it's just exciting. I'm excited for Coach in the future, and it should be a good team for the next couple of years.
Jordan, can you briefly touch on that and then your relationship with Coach Schwartz and just kind of what he's been able to do for the lacrosse program?
Yeah, I mean, I came in after the COVID year from Madison College, and first 2 years I was here didn't really go our way per se. I mean, definitely some rebuilding years, and then we knew coming into this year we knew we had a chance to be pretty good. And Ty took the lead as our captain this year and took it and ran with it. So couldn't be prouder of that.
Any final remarks, Coach, just about kind of this class and looking forward to the future, or anything else that you want to say while you're here?
I couldn't be more proud of these two. I mean, the entire team, every single person on the roster, everyone that helped us get here. But you know, these two guys especially, I just couldn't be more proud of what they've done for our program, for me personally, and for our athletic department and university.
Alrighty, well, unless there's any other questions, guys? Alrighty, well, that'll wrap things up with you three. We appreciate you joining us. We wish you nothing but the best of luck going forward, and hope that UW Lacrosse is starting to set a standard to be here every year.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.